Welcome to the NCAA Women's Championship, presented by Capital One. Tonight in Lexington, we tip off coverage of the Sweet 16, and we'll start out in the Lexington region with the 5-seed Ohio State and the #1 seed, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, your Big Ten champs and your ACC champs, getting set to go toe-to-toe. They're also playing tonight in Oklahoma City, down at the bottom half of your screen. So here in Lexington, Notre Dame, Ohio State. Our second game will be Stanford and Texas. And we welcome you inside historic Rupp Arena. Beth Mowins along with Debbie Antonelli. Debbie, this time of year, we're always talking about the importance of good guard play. And in our first matchup, we've got Lindsay Allen, who's the ACC's all-time assist leader. And then we've got Kelsey Mitchell, who's the two-time Big Ten Player of the Year.
It's all about guards this time of year. They have to set the table for their respective teams. And for Ohio State, this is a team that averages 86 points a game. This is a downhill offense led by the best downhill playing point guard in the nation right now. 23 points a game. Kelsey Mitchell can score and put pressure on your defense at all three levels. And for Notre Dame, Lindsay Allen, she is one of the best facilitators on a team that is going to be forced to have to play small due to injury.
And that injury, a significant one in the middle for the Irish, and Brianna Turner, the ACL injury in their second round win. So she will not be back this postseason. It'll hurt them offensively. She's averaging 15 a game. But in particular, Muffet McGraw pointed to the rebounds and how disruptive she can be on the defensive end with her shot blocking ability. She's the two-time ACC Defensive Player of the Year. And Allison, that means that Stephanie Mavunga coming back to the lineup for Ohio State is even bigger news.
It's so true, Beth. The reversal of fortune for these two teams. Notre Dame loses their best post player. Ohio State gets theirs back. Forward Stephanie Mavunga returns after missing the last 8 games with a foot injury. Now, she will not start. Head coach Kevin McGuff knows he's got a good rotation going right now, and he doesn't know what her timing and feel will be like on the court after missing a month and a half. So the plan is to play Mavunga in short spurts, really emphasize just playing hard, rebounding aggressively. Remember, she can impact this game without scoring, and that's with her rebounding and defense around the basket.
Thank you, Allison. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Capital One. It will be Mitchell, Lewis, and Calhoun in the backcourt. McCoy and Cooper were fantastic in their second round win here at Kentucky. And for the Irish, there should be more shot opportunities for Agumbawale and Mabry. Boley is a former high school player of the year in the state of Kentucky. And not only Turner being out with the injury, but Catherine Westbeld has been in and out of the lineup with an ankle injury, so we're not even sure how much their 4-player will be able to go today.
We know both teams like to shoot the three. Ohio State's going to give you a more traditional back-to-the-basket post-up game with Tori McCoy. And for Notre Dame, they're going to have to knock down more threes than their 6 per game average.
Irish, the #1 seed in their home whites. For the Buckeyes, they have not played an Elite 8 game in 24 years. Can they break through here tonight?
Notre Dame will start out in a 2-3 zone. About 77% of their defensive possessions this season, they have averaged playing man. So that's something that's a new wrinkle without Turner to protect the rim.
Mabry wide open for a 3. And the Buckeyes got lost the first time down the floor on defense.
You know, it is not going to take Ohio State long to push in transition. There's an opportunity at the rim for McCoy. Remember, she's a freshman playing in this first environment for her.
Agumbawale hard off the back iron.
Look, there's not going to be a lot of defense in this game, Beth, so I'm just going to tell you right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't end up with this game being in the 90s.
Mitchell hits her first shot of the night, and it's a 3 to tie it up. 2 of the highest scoring teams in the country. And especially with Notre Dame forced to go to the smaller lineup, they can get up and down.
Ohio State will play man-to-man, and they like to switch.
Boley with the putback. That won't go. And here comes Mitchell. So dangerous in transition, especially with the left hand.
She loves to come up the right side of the floor. And Ohio State has been known to just one pass in a shot. They got to get ball reversal against that zone for Notre Dame.
Lindsay Allen. Ogunbowale checked by Cooper. Shayla rebounds the miss. And here comes Kelsey Mitchell again. Mabry forcing her to the right side. Cooper, nice pass. She feeds it well out of the post to McCoy.
Nice lead, good left by McCoy. And since Ohio State is switching, Beth, the last time Mabry got a switch with a post on her, McCoy had to switch out on a ball screen. I would go back to that set.
Foley drops it off for Ogunbowale. Enrique has missed on her first 3 shots.
Kelsey Mitchell is constantly probing the defense, always looking to attack offensively.
Kiera Lewis, the Buckeyes settling for outside shots early on as Ogunbowale is fouled on the drive. There's a look at Kevin McGuff, back to the Sweet 16 for the 2nd year in a row. Winners of the regular season championship, co-champs in the Big Ten, and a former assistant coach at Notre Dame with Muffet McGraw. So close, in fact, that he is married to a former Notre Dame player, and Muffet is a godmother to one of their children. Kevin was on the staff that won the 2001 national championship for the Fighting Irish. And there is a look at Muffet. 7 trips to the Final Four, including that championship team. They've been to the Final Four 5 of the last 6 years. Last season, upset in this building in a Sweet 16 loss to Stanford.
Notre Dame getting back and playing that matchup zone.
Gonna have a 3-second violation on the Buckeyes.
Good pass.
Well, establishing that early, and you know, if you're gonna make that call, I like that you call it early so that both teams are aware.
Allen on the drive, fouled by McCoy, and Lindsay Allen a little slow to get up.
Well, Lindsay Allen is really tough to keep in front, and she does such a great job of changing her speed right here, taking a little contact, and then you see she got swiped across the bridge of her nose, it looks like, by McCoy. Just shake it off and get to the free throw line.
Allen appears to be okay. The senior out of Mitchellville, Maryland, 72% on the season from the line. The ACC tournament most valuable player. After guiding the Irish to another championship. They've been in the ACC 4 years. They've won all 4 regular season and tournament titles.
Lindsay Allen was my pick for ACC Player of the Year this year. I thought she did a terrific job running the offense and managing this high-powered scoring machine that Notre Dame has on the floor.
Her 148th career start for the Irish, has not missed a game since taking over for Skylar Diggins at the point. Big shoes to fill, and she's filled them well. Calhoun off the mark. They settle again for an outside jumper. So early on, Debbie, we're not seeing them attack a whole lot in that empty space in the middle, vacated by the Turner injury.
Ohio State doesn't typically throw it to the low block for post-up moves anyway, so they have an advantage there, but they have yet to take advantage of it, because McCoy's already scored, but that was on a penetration, not on a low post.
No, and no Mitchell off the bounce either to get inside. Kelsey's only taken 1 shot so far.
You know, I think sometimes Kelsey likes to get everybody a touch early.
Trying to deny Mabry now with Lewis out top. Goes under the screen. Another rebound for Shayla Cooper. They wanted to make sure to limit the Irish second chances, and now turnovers plaguing the Buckeyes. They will go to their bench. They have shown tremendous depth through the first couple of rounds of this tournament. Asia Doss, Alexa Hart, and Lene Harper, the former Kentucky Wildcat, who helped knock out her former teammates in the second round last weekend, now making a return to Rupp Arena as well.
Now this is the matchup that I think could impact Lindsay Allen's vision, and that is Asia Doss off the bench. I think she's a terrific one-on-one defender.
Both sides poor shooting to open up this game. Allen on the drive, missed it. Irish now are just 1 of 9 to start. Doss right down the middle, and she misses a layup.
That's 2 layups Ohio State has missed early in the game.
Allen will get another chance, and this one she makes good on. McGuff likes the pace, telling his team to go. Mitchell got it.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty right there. What Kelsey Mitchell always does is she gets the outlet already heading downhill. Nobody has been able to make her come back to the ball, and that gets Ohio State on the move.
More than happy to trade buckets with you for a while, these Buckeyes. Mitchell defending there on Westbeld. Agumbawale got a gift.
Because Notre Dame's been able to score, they've been able to get back and set their zone. They really haven't given Ohio State that many transition opportunities.
Pass over the top to Hart, got too far underneath, and then the pass picked off by Allen. And Lindsay missed her second layup of the quarter.
And she was taken out by a photographer underneath the basket.
Cooper. Get another chance. Both sides plagued by missing some gimmies here. Offensive foul called on Harper.
We expected pace, and we've seen it early. Lindsay Allen in transition, change of pace to the rim. And on the other end, it's Mitchell. Beautiful.
Kevin McGuff was an assistant coach from 1996 to 2002 under Muffet McGraw at Notre Dame. While there, he won a national championship in 2001, and he met his wife, Letitia, who played and coached at Notre Dame. Now, the two families remain very close with Muffet McGraw. In fact, she's the godmother to their oldest. Muffet said, "I hated seeing them in our bracket. I want to cheer for them, not play against them." Kevin said, "I root for Notre Dame every day, but today, Muffet has been a mentor, a friend, and a confidant." This is the second time the two teams have met. They also met in 2015 when Notre Dame won 75-72. Much more on the line tonight, but his wife Letitia said that was a more nerve-wracking matchup because it was the first time. She said, "I realize this is just the second of what will be many meetings between the two."
Nice back cut there. Westbeld feeding Young.
Off the Iverson Cup cut, and a terrific read by Jackie Young, the freshman, who we're expecting big things out of in this game if Notre Dame's going to win.
Muffet thought that she could be the real X factor and have a coming out party of sorts tonight as Alexa Hart hits from the short corner. Young was instrumental when Turner went down with the injury last weekend to getting them through Purdue in overtime.
So Notre Dame goes back to the same set, but they have multiple options off that set, and Boley steps back to hit the three.
Three-time Kentucky Prep Player of the Year and last year's Gatorade National Player of the Year, Aaron Boley knocks it down. Harper hits for three.
Renee Harper has made only 11 threes coming into this game. That's her 12th on the season. That's why she was wide open.
Foul going to be called on the screen on Westbeld.
Beth, watch the action right here. You're going to see good ball movement by Ohio State. They go into the on-ball screen. Everybody gets a touch in that possession.
Asia Doss trying to shoot over the top of the 2-3 zone, so that's back-to-back buckets from downtown. And the Buckeyes grab the lead. Mabry. Going to be a foul off the ball. I think they're going to get Mitchell for a hold on Lindsay Allen. Coverage of the Division I Men's Basketball Championship Sweet 16 continues tonight on CBS and TBS. For more information, go to ncaa.com.
That's not a foul that Kelsey Mitchell needs to be picking up off the ball. Good hard basket cut by Lindsay Allen to draw the foul.
Westbeld courtesy of a terrific screen by Ogunbowale to tie it up.
The Irish are always good on situational offense. Baseline out of bounds, sideline out of bounds, and after timeouts, except for the last timeout, they turned it over.
Westfeld rebounds the miss. Allen lost the handle, a rare turnover for Lindsey Allen, and then Boley rides Harper up to midcourt. That's her first. Just the second team foul on the Irish.
Look, Lindsey Allen can't be tired, and she can't make mistakes like that. She's going to have to play all 40 minutes for Notre Dame.
In the NCAA tournament and the ACC tournament, so 5 postseason games, 47 assists, and just 9 turnovers in 5 games for Allen coming in.
Let's see how that assist number works out without Brianna Turner, because Brianna Turner is usually the recipient in their high-low game.
And Stephanie Mavunga is now into the game for Ohio State. Has not played since February 4th, out with a foot injury, and has missed their last 8 games. She gets a touch and a little fade away and knocks down her first shot attempt in a month and a half.
That's the traditional low-post game and points in the paint, and how Ohio State can really impact their ability to win.
Ogunbowale banks it in.
I'd go right back to Mavunga. She's got the quickness in that matchup with Grant. Or excuse me, Nelson.
Nelson will probably see some more time today with the Turner injury. The kick out to Mitchell, and Young didn't get a hand in her face. Kelsey Mitchell now with 8.
Beth, I think Mavunga can have a significant impact without even touching the basketball or scoring for Ohio State. Just her size and her presence on the interior and her NCAA tournament experience.
Allen with a good ball fake.
Her NCAA tournament experience from her time at North Carolina.
Michaela Waterman will try for 3. Boy, if the other Buckeyes are knocking down those shots, they're going to be tough to beat.
Asia Doss, number 20 in red, is trying to face guard Lindsey Allen. Kevin McGuff has multiple players he can use on Allen to try to wear her down.
5 triples here in the first quarter. And Ogunbowale responds with a 3. 1 quarter complete in the Sweet 16 and a 1-point lead for Ohio State. We will hear from Kevin McGuff on the other side.
Welcome back to Lexington in the Sweet 16 matchup between Notre Dame and Ohio State. Kelsey Mitchell, Coach McGuff, leads the way for you right now with 8 points. What have you been doing well offensively to get her some good looks?
Well, I thought we've been pretty good in transition, and so we got to keep that for sure. And we've been moving the ball pretty well because they're really guarding her closely when she comes across half court. But if we move her and move the ball, we can get it back to her. She usually gets a pretty good shot.
We saw Stephanie Mavunga enter the game at the end of that first quarter and make her first shot. How can she continue to impact this game going forward?
Well, she's probably going to play in short spurts because she hasn't played in a while, but just play really hard, run the floor, and be great on the glass.
Kevin, thank you so much. Beth?
Well, good to see Stephanie Mavunga back out there. And how about the 3-point shooting so far for Ohio State?
They've hit 5, and 4 different players have made a triple. And it's been in their transition. It's been skip passes. It's been moving the ball inside out against the Irish zone. Ohio State has got everything working right now, and they are playing with great offensive balance, and that makes them really dangerous.
And after a slow start shooting for both sides, they have combined to hit 13 of their last 14 shots. And the offense is rolling.
Ohio State's going to counter with a zone defense coming off the timeout. Do you know what, Beth? I don't know how much the Irish can switch up their D. I don't think they can play man against Ohio State. I don't think they have the athleticism at certain positions to be able to defend them.
Here's Allen, the veteran, coming back out top and say, all right, let's run something here and get a good look. Shot clock's under 10. Ogunbowale will try for 3, and she hits it. Notre Dame has hit 7 shots in a row. And they're back on top. Enrique now with 11.
We said there wasn't going to be much defense in this one, and we're perfectly fine with that.
Kelsey Mitchell, the toss inside. Good catch by McCoy. Rattles it in and out. Mabry drops it off from Nelson, and they turn it over.
And that's a much different look when Brianna Turner's on the floor.
Mitchell fills the lane, the left-hander from the left side.
The high-low game will not be in play for Notre Dame. Brianna Turner is one of the best on putbacks, drop-offs, offensive rebounds, and playing in their high-low game. They don't have that option with their post play now. They're going to have to do this. Shoot threes and shoot till their arm falls off.
Nelson with the nice kick out to Mabry. Turner on the bench. She's been very positive the last few days with her teammates. And told us that was her job tonight, to keep everybody up, keep everybody energized.
See, Beth Cooper didn't score that, but I like the way she's thinking. Attack Lindsay Allen on the defensive end.
Another wide open look. Oh, come on, it's a horse. Notre Dame shooter.
It's a horse game. We're playing horse out here in the NCAA tournament. Michaela Mabry has helped the Irish knock down 6 triples in the second half. Nice dribble penetration and kick. Splash.
Well, thank you very much, Maria. Well, it could be a huge couple of days for the Pac-12 with 5 teams in the Sweet 16. A reminder, coming up after us, the Stanford Cardinal will be in action against Texas. And then you've got that Baylor-Louisville rematch from the greatest upset in tournament history. But how about the Cardinal? They were here in this building last year, reached the Elite Eight.
You know what? I agree with you. The greatest upset in the history of the NCAA tournament was Jeff Wall's team beating Baylor a couple of years ago. I agree.
And there's a look at Tara Vanderveer, checking out the action. They beat Texas in their regular season matchup as Cooper gets the putback. She has all 10 of the Ohio State rebounds, by the way. That her first bucket. Irish, meanwhile, have made their last 9 shots, but now they've turned it over a couple of times. That's on Agumbawale, her first. Mitchell, 10 points in that first quarter for Ohio State to lead the Buckeyes. Very balanced attack, though. Under 10. Facing the Irish zone, Calhoun. See, Notre Dame will let her shoot that all night.
Yeah, that's a bad shot.
But then Cooper is fouled underneath, and is that the second? No, it's going to be on Mabry. Her first. She'll check out. Boley will come on.
I don't think you can leave Marina Mabry on the bench for too long. She's been too hot from outside the arc. Agumbawale's got to be careful now that she picked up a cheap foul on the other end. And Ohio State just drives right by him.
Let's see if they try and attack that a little bit more here.
If they would put it on the bounce and go right at Notre Dame, I think they'd get to the free throw line.
Well, they hit those threes early, Debbie, and may have started to fall in love with that shot a little too much. Westfeld underneath, muscles it up and in. Junior out of Kettering, Ohio. Didn't play in their first round game. Fouled out in their second round win over Purdue. Going to be huge tonight for the Irish without Brianna Turner.
Kelsey Mitchell comes back up to the top now. Good pass to the middle of the floor. That's what I'm talking about right there. Good find by Mitchell. She's being very patient about her own offensive game right now.
So much attention on Mitchell. Cooper was telling us yesterday, sometimes at the top of the key, I feel lonely. Allen, sweet move to the rim for the lay-in. Wow. Electrifying the crowd, and Mitchell right back at you.
I think there were 4 seconds gone on the shot clock. Ohio State is the best at getting it out of the net after made baskets and running.
Foley will try for 3, and she'll hit it. 7 triples in the first half for Notre Dame.
And you see why Ohio State averages 86 points a game and Notre Dame averages 80.
Cooper turns it over with a bad pass.
You know, neither one of these coaches overcoach. If a play works or somebody has the hot hand, they have the IQ at the top of their offense and their respective point guards to be able to make sure they get the ball to those players.
We talked about him at the top of the show. Lindsey Allen is 10 points. Mitchell has 12. She hasn't missed a shot. Kelsey's 5 for 5.
And this is the 3rd different Ohio State defender on Lindsey Allen.
Ogunbowale, another 3. Muffin McGraw said they were going to have to heave up a bunch, and they're 8 for 11 now in the first half. They only average 5 per game, and now the turnover from Cooper.
Good ball movement, the right people taking shots, and without Brianna Turner, Marina Mabry and Arike Ogunbowale for Notre Dame have been open beyond the arc, and they have taken advantage of it.
Biggest lead now for the Irish. Westbell knocked loose by McCoy. Held ball will give it to the Buckeyes. Well, coming up on the Northwestern Mutual halftime report, we'll have our first half analysis. How's Kelsey Plum doing with Washington against Mississippi State tonight? And Texas and Baylor, can either one or both get back to Texas and to Dallas for the Final Four? We've got 4.5 to go here in the first half. Alexa Hart.
Not the same as having Cooper in that position in the middle of Ohio State's offense.
Mitchell together. Allen got hit in the face on the shot. And some frustration from Kelsey Mitchell.
See, Mitchell was expecting a switch off that screen, and it didn't happen, and so she was late on a closeout. Watch right here. She's thinking switch right here, but Waterman doesn't step up on that screen. That's a good play for Notre Dame to run, because you know Ohio State's going to switch that. You can get the matchup that you want.
Allen back to the free throw line. She's also got 4 more assists tonight. She is now one of just 6 players in history with over 100 assists in NCAA tournament play, joining the likes of Skylar Diggins, Diana Taurasi, Teresa Weatherspoon, and the all-time postseason leader, Tamika Johnson of LSU. Notre Dame has opened up a 10-point lead now, 4 minutes to go in the half.
Ohio State needs to move the ball.
Last touch by the Irish.
It might be Kelsey Mitchell time. I kind of sense that it's time for Kelsey Mitchell. She hasn't forced anything early in the game. She's been very patient about her offense, and she's 5 for 5 from the floor.
Yep. She was 3 for 3 in the first quarter, 2 for 2 here in the second quarter, but it's been a while. Wanted to make sure it hit the rim, or did not. It did not. 12 on the shot clock.
See, I don't like that shot.
Calhoun, another quick shot for the Buckeyes without Mitchell getting a touch.
Oh yeah, Ogunbowale going right at Mitchell with 2 fouls. I'd get the ball right back there and put her in a ball screening action. Or post her up.
Post her up right there. There she is. Can't get it to go.
I like the play, though. I like the play call by Muffin McGraw.
They'll throw a double at Mitchell. Force her to give the ball up. Will the Buckeyes get it back to her? Hart takes it to the rim for 2.
That's where Alexa Hart is much more effective. A little bit deeper into the post, catching and being able to make a move. Good counter.
Mabry now defended by Mitchell. Gumbawale tosses it inside to Westbeld. No. Boley offensive rebound and the putback.
Good hustle by Boley to crash from the top on the top of the floor to get to the offensive glass.
Mitchell, her first miss. And then Boley makes the play to knock it out of bounds off of Lewis. Another regional final featuring Notre Dame is coming up on Saturday afternoon. It's the men's hockey team taking on Minnesota on ESPNU. Visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Nice hand for Boley as she checks out. The pride of Elizabethtown High School, the E-Town Panthers here in Kentucky. Allen, another turnover.
Now, while Mavunga's in there, you better use her offensively. Run some offense through Stephanie Mavunga. Number 1 in red.
6'3" junior out of Brownsburg, Indiana. Back in the lineup for the first time in a month and a half. Out with a foot injury. That's traveling violation.
That's twice Ohio State has traveled on that part of the floor, trying to be too quick with their move.
10-point lead for Notre Dame. They went almost 11 minutes without missing a shot. And have busted it open behind the strength of some terrific three-point shooting. They're 8 for 11. And they'll get a chance for an old-fashioned 3 right here on the Gumbawale drive.
This is where the Irish IQ takes over. This is such a smart take. There's no way Waterman can check Gumbawale. An isolation clear out. Everybody is lifted above the free throw line. There's no help. And Gumbawale is too talented one-on-one with her ball skills to be able to get to the rim.
What a first half for Arike. Already more than her per-game average at 17 points now for the Irish. And the Buckeyes are in big trouble here. Final 2 minutes of the first half. There's Mavunga. And here comes Notre Dame. Allen with the push. Gumbawale gives it up for Westbeld. Mitchell in the game here for the final minute and a half. Doss hits the 3.
Well, that's a big triple for Ohio State. We'll see if they can get a couple of stops here back-to-back to finish off the half.
Allen, rare 3 ball from her. And they had a stop and then lost it. Mabry, blocked by Hart. Harper, offensive foul. And it's Allen taking the charge for the Irish. That's the second now on Lene.
And you got to make this play on balance. You've got numbers and you're coming downhill. Lindsey Allen's got plenty of time to set up to draw that charge.
Yeah, Harper needed a jump stop there and they have an easy layup.
You got time for 2 for 1 here, Beth, if you score quickly.
Got a 20-second differential.
Irish go to their Princeton offense. They're a very good passing team.
Mabry, 3, no.
Ohio State might as well wait for the last possession.
McGuff just said, put the brakes on.
I don't know why coaches don't go for the 2 for 1 at the end of quarters.
Yeah.
They don't utilize that more often. Especially when you're shooting so well offensively.
Both teams at 50% here in the first half. Doss, nice pass inside. McCoy with the lane, Mavunga. Allen behind the back. It's good if it goes off the front of the rim. Irish, after the slow start, really started cranking it up, and they will take the lead into the locker room. 50-42, Allison Williams has Lindsay Allen.
Thank you very much, Beth. Lindsay, this was a 1-point Ohio State lead at the start of the second quarter. What allowed you to pull away?
I think we did a really good job of just, driving the ball and kicking to the shooters. The lane is so wide open now, so we're just driving. They're sucking in, and then no concern about us driving that we have our shooters on the wing.
Scored 50 points in the first half. The team shooting about 50%. How would you describe the flow and the pace of this game?
We have a really good flow right now. We're playing with a ton of confidence, a ton of swagger. It's what we wanted. And, we're just playing loose. We're having fun. We're taking shots, but, if we're missing them or not, we're still playing our game. So it's really fun.
Lindsay, thank you.
Thank you.
Allen with 12 points, 4 assists. A 50-42 Notre Dame lead over Ohio State. 20 minutes to the Elite Eight. Stay tuned for the Northwestern halftime report coming up after the break. Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. 20 minutes away from a spot in the Elite Eight. Notre Dame and Ohio State. The Irish had an 11-minute stretch in the first quarter where they made 13 shots in a row to open up the lead. Coming up next here in Lexington, it's Stanford and Texas. Mississippi State has the halftime lead over Washington. The late game in Oklahoma City will be Baylor and Louisville. Beth Mowins, Debbie Antonelli, Allison Williams here in Lexington. And for the Fighting Irish, 50 points on the board in that first half.
I mean, they played well. They shot the ball well. They scored in the paint. They were able to knock down threes. The difference in the game is that Ohio State's turned it over 10 times and has not gotten to the free throw line. But this is just a nice job of moving the ball, probing the zone, probing the man, getting the switches that you want, playing with a high IQ, the right players, taking shots inside Notre Dame's very unselfish offense. And for the other side, Kelsey Mitchell, we just need more Kelsey Mitchell. Okay, you can't get enough of Kelsey Mitchell in the offensive end this second half. She was 5 for 6 from the floor. She's got 5 assists. She has to be a little bit more demonstrative offensively. She already dominates the ball for Ohio State. Now she's got to dominate the scoring.
Well, Allison Williams told us to watch for a change in the starting lineup here in the second half for the Buckeyes, and they have gone big with McCoy, Hart, and Cooper all out there together. Ogunbowale, who had 17 in the first half, gets some second chance points right there.
So you go big, you expect to rebound out of that big lineup. Secondly, you've got to go inside out with your offense. If you're going to go with this big lineup, you better throw the ball down to the block and put some pressure on Notre Dame's defense.
Alexa Hart, mid-range. Let's hear right now from Allison.
Yeah, Coach McGuff told me at the half that every time they made a mistake defensively, Notre Dame made them pay from 3. So trying to get them out of a rhythm from the perimeter is the goal right now, and that's why he's going with that bigger lineup and a zone defensively, hoping they can use their length to close out and be better against the 3.
Well, you better close out short to the three-point line, Allison, and make Notre Dame make plays off the bounce, moving their feet. When they catch and shoot, they are too dangerous.
Irish playing for the first time without Brianna Turner, who was hurt in the second round win. They will not have her as long as they remain in the tournament. And as a result, they knew they had to shoot more threes, and they have so far made more threes tonight. And a silly reach-in foul there by Marina Mabry, way out away from the bucket. Her second foul. Let's see what Notre Dame settles into defensively here. Mabry checking Mitchell. They'll attack with McCoy inside. What a bright future that freshman has.
You cannot allow Ohio State's post players to cut across the front of your face and bury you in the rim. They're too skilled with their ability to score left and right.
Just a couple points advantage in the paint, even though the Irish are without Turner. And Westbell is whistled for the walk.
And as long as Kevin McGuff is going with this big lineup, as Allison told us, they're going to play through their front line. They need to establish their front line. They have to put some pressure on Notre Dame, and they have to get to the free throw line, Beth.
McCoy back outside the heart. She'll try for three, and an ill-advised shot there from the Buckeyes. Allen with the push, trying to go at Mitchell, who's got 2 fouls. Another offensive rebound for Notre Dame. Marina Mabry calling for a screen. She'll try for three and knock it down.
So smart. You know the switch is coming. The switch is late.
Cooper for three. Got it.
Yeah, when Shayla Cooper can step into it, Beth, she is a confident three-point shooter.
Down to a 6-point game. Notre Dame has been up by as many as 13. Mabry to counter. Cooper with the weak side rebound, her 11th of the night. And there's Mitchell on the run, missed the layup. Putback is good from Calhoun. And the Buckeyes are within 4. Timeout, Notre Dame. The Kelseys are both playing tonight. So far, Mitchell with 12 points here in Lexington and Plum with 10 points, and they are trailing Mississippi State in their game tonight. They're going to need a big comeback. They are out in Oklahoma City this evening. Kevin McGuff recruited Kelsey Plum to Washington and now coaching Kelsey Mitchell here at Ohio State. Said the key for both of them is to become more efficient as their careers have gone on. Nice break there and the run by Notre Dame.
Beth, I got a chance to talk to Kelsey Mitchell about Kelsey Plum. They actually met for the first time this summer in Bristol when they both went to ESPN for the NCAA Women's Basketball Media Days. And she said there was a pretty quick connection there. They definitely can relate to one another. And she said she's absolutely loved seeing what Kelsey Plum has been able to do this year, especially that 57-point game. I think what she was most impressed by, though, wasn't how many points she scored, how many NBA players reached out to her. She's like, man, she heard from James Harden, all of my favorite players. That's not fair. But they do have a special connection. They don't talk about both being lefties, though. She said everybody else talks about that enough. We don't talk about that.
Oh, Kelsey Mitchell, next year you'll hear from all those NBA guys when you're taking down Kelsey Plum's numbers potentially. It's been really fun to watch the two of them. I don't think there's anybody in college basketball in the women's game that works harder than those two players. It's evident in their game, and you can see the time they've put in.
Step back for Aaron Boley. And here comes Mitchell. Plum became the NCAA's all-time leading scorer this year. Mitchell could pass that next year.
Well, she's tracking down the all-time three-point mix. You know, Kalena Mosquito-Lewis from Connecticut had 393. That record is going to fall in November next year.
She's already passed Maggie Lucas for the Big Ten career top spot at threes. Westbeld underneath to Allen. Bowling, boy, is she loving being back home in Kentucky. She's in double figures. 14 points and 6 rebounds.
11 triples, 33 points for Notre Dame. Half their offense is outside the arc.
Taken away by the Irish. The next 3 for Notre Dame would tie their season high. Missed a couple layups, did Notre Dame, but Boley is fouled. And Aaron Boley is having a night tonight.
The deep triple, the catch and shoot, and then the reaction from her siblings and her family. You know, how about the response?
Kentucky, about an hour and 15 minutes or so away, down near Fort Knox.
How about the response by Notre Dame off the timeout, Beth? Good timeout by Muffet McGraw to get her team's focus back offensively.
Is that the third personal foul right there on Kelsey Mitchell? Yes, it is. With 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Look for the lob here.
There it is, Young.
Good game. You got Mitchell with 3. You got her guard and Jackie Young. Quickly, Muffet McGraw off the bench calls for the lob.
Mavunga Irish made her fade away on that one. Here comes Agumbawale, leading all scorers with 19, left wide open.
Oh, that is the worst.
Gets it stuck. That'll give us a chance to remind you that after the Texas-Stanford game tonight, don't miss SportsCenter at night with Hassel and Kearney. They'll be breaking down the Sweet 16 for you. Also a World Cup qualifier for the U.S. men's soccer team. SportsCenter at night. We've got Stanford and Texas coming up next to face the winner of this game in the Elite Eight Sunday at noon.
Notre Dame has remained in that 2-3 zone all game.
Alexa Hart and one.
The front line, the big lineup on the floor. Alexa Hart, nice counter to the other side of the rim. It's a 10-point Irish lead.
10-point lead for Notre Dame, just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter in the Sweet 16. It's been all about the three for Notre Dame tonight.
Erin Boley has been terrific. She's got 4. Marina Mabry, she's got 4. And Agumbawale, she's got 3. They've had 3 different players make 11 triples. It looks like horse. It's catch and shoot, wide open. Ohio State better pick up their level of urgency defensively and make those players put it on the floor and defend the three-point line. You got to run them off the three-point line. First trip to the free throw line for Ohio State in the game. So Ohio State's going to pick up in man-to-man defense here. Get out of the zone. We're going man on makes, zone on, or excuse me, man on misses.
Nice back cut, Young, the assist by Westbell. Buckeyes keep Kelsey Mitchell in the lineup as well, playing with the 3 fouls.
I think you have to trust her. I mean, this is the time of year where you have to trust your best player.
She needs to get it going. She hasn't scored yet in the third quarter. We'll give it up on the drive and the pitch out to Hart. Out of bounds to Ohio State.
Because Notre Dame's been able to score, they've been able to get back on defense, and there has been no transition game for Ohio State.
No.
And that's where Kelsey Mitchell thrives.
Let's see if they can get it going now. They go away from the big lineup here, Debbie. They get Hart out and bring Harper on.
Yeah, I'm thinking they stayed in that a little too long.
Over the top to Mavunga. Good defense by Westbell.
Principle of verticality. There's a switch. See, Allen's got Mavunga on her. Get her the basketball. There you go. Just spread it out. Don't even call for a screen because you're going to get another switch.
No, they didn't attack it. Instead, Boley will step back. Notre Dame will have another possession here. Marina Mabry will come back on.
I like getting Mabry on the floor for an offensive possession. You can't run that same lob play, Beth, because Cooper's on Jackie Young.
Westbeld is fouled by Mavunga. And the Irish will go back to the free throw line. Notre Dame is 6 of 7. Ohio State is 0 for 1. Just the one free throw attempt just a moment ago for the Buckeyes.
Again, situational offense, playing against set defense, like baseline out of bounds, which you call blobs, baseline out of bounds. Notre Dame has been very efficient tonight in attacking the set defense of Ohio State.
Westbell giving the Irish their biggest lead of the night after Ohio State had cut it down to a 4-point game.
We've grown accustomed to watching Kelsey Mitchell come across midcourt and play downhill. She hasn't been able to do that tonight.
Doss fouled on the 3 by Boley. And Asia Doss to the line. And that is the 3rd foul now on Erin Boley. And Agumbawale will check back in.
Did she kick her feet out and Boley ran by and that's how the foul was called? Because that must have been what it was. It wasn't up top.
Doss at the line, the junior from Detroit, a 64% shooter. She was a big spark. In fact, their bench played really well last weekend, and they're getting good production from their bench players again tonight. You're still, Ohio State shooting 50%, and you're down a dozen.
You usually don't see that in the women's game.
Have not been able to stop the Irish, in particular, from beyond the arc. And now here comes some pressure to try and change the tempo up a little bit.
I think they need to get it up and down. Notre Dame, though, is a dangerous team to press because of their backside scoring.
Ogunbowale mid-range, she's got 21.
And you know what, the way Ohio State has played defensively with no sense of urgency, I would not press right now. I would wait because I'd just try to get stops and see if I can get Kelsey Mitchell going.
Mitchell, quick shot, no good.
It's a good ball control offense for Notre Dame if they need to take a little time.
Mabry, short.
You got her!
Doss tried to feed it inside to Cooper, and it's kicked out by the Irish.
Lindsey Allen giving Marina Mabry a little bit of a, hey, swipe it through and don't just settle for the jump shot. You can take her off the bounce when you get that switch, when you get a big on you.
See if they can get a clean look from Mitchell. She has not scored a basket here in the third quarter.
Notre Dame doing a good job, not over-helping on that play.
Waterman and one. Ogunbowale with the foul, and that will be her second.
The lane opens up because Marina Mabry right here, she's shading Mitchell. And Lene Harper does a good job of taking advantage of that space in the middle of the floor.
Able to knock it down. 11-point game, approaching 2 minutes to go in the third.
This is really dangerous. Numbers on the backside.
Ogunbowale finds Jackie Young, and she's fouled by McCoy.
Beth, Notre Dame is really challenging to pick up full court pressure with because they spread the floor, they share the ball. And this is when I say they play the game like servants. They make every basketball habit important in their detail. So they run hard, they cut hard, they make the extra pass. They do all the things the way you're supposed to play the game, and then they can finish with a score.
With Brianna Turner looking on from the bench. The ACL injury in the second round that knocked her out of the tournament. And boy, has the rest of this Irish team really picked it up for her.
They haven't needed the ACC Defensive Player of the Year on the floor so far tonight.
Well balanced. Nice feed, Doss to McCoy inside.
You got to keep moving if you're Kelsey Mitchell. You almost are serving as a decoy right now to sort of spread out that Notre Dame zone.
Foul on the drive again by Young, and back to the line for Notre Dame. It's the second on Waterman. Fifth team foul, so now both teams in the bonus for the final minute and a half of the quarter. Two Irish freshmen doing well tonight. Young now with 10 points to tie or to match Boley's double-digit scoring as well. She's got 14 for the Irish rookies in their first Sweet 16. That won't fall for Waterman. quarter.
Oh, that's an ISO that Enrique likes. Absolutely. Playing through the elbows in the shoot, which is the middle of the floor, free throw lane extended. That's where Notre Dame has gone the last couple of times, to the elbow, off the bounce, to the free throw line.
Where Indy is 12 for 13 so far tonight. Third foul on Waterman.
Such good spacing, Beth. They've already knocked down 11 triples. Now they're going to their interior game off the bounce.
Ogunbowale, 22 points for Enrique. This is the last team to beat Notre Dame in the NCAA, or to beat UConn in the NCAA tournament. The Huskies have not lost since the semifinals in 2012.
Devereaux
Peters on the left, Natalie Achanwa on the right, a couple of prominent former Fighting Irish. Harper got it for three.
It's much harder to speed a team up than it is to slow it down. And Ohio State has shown a couple of times Kevin McGuff extended their pressure and Notre Dame scored or got to the free throw line. So now they got to back off. They have to get stops in the quarter court.
Yep.
It's going to be about execution right here for the rest of the game for Ohio State.
Young gets it back and one on the feed from Nelson. Hammering away right now on the penetration down the right side of the lane.
Dial it up scoring. Christina Nelson with a nice assist. Jackie Young again to the line, and this is the impact that Muffet McGraw thought Jackie Young could have when the floor opened up without Brianna Turner on the low block taking up space.
18 assists tonight for the Fighting Irish, and it's a 15-point lead. They'll hold for one. Doss dribbling it towards Mitchell, and Asia will pull up, miss it. Offensive rebound, Harper, no. Tip back up by Cooper, and it won't go. 80-65. Notre Dame on top. We'll hear from Muffet McGraw when we come back, but first, here's Maria in the studio.
Welcome back to our Lexington Regional Semifinal here with Notre Dame head coach Muffet McGraw. Coach McGraw, what have you done here in the second half to slow down Kelsey Mitchell?
Trying to pick her up in the backcourt, just put a little pressure on her, but we really don't want her to get in front of us.
A couple of your young players have stepped up. What have you seen from your freshmen so far?
Yeah, I'm really happy with Jackie and Aaron, both shooting the ball well, driving the ball well, and getting some rebounds.
What's the biggest point of emphasis in the final 10 minutes here?
We got to find Mitchell. I mean, they're hurting us inside right now, so we got to know where everybody is.
Muffet, thank you.
Muffet McGraw with Allison Williams. The Irish 80 points through 3 quarters, and they put the clamps on Kelsey Mitchell in that third quarter.
80 points in 30 minutes. Are you kidding me? That is fantastic.
11 three-pointers. They're 15 of 16 from the free throw line. They already have 5 players in double digits, and Catherine Westbeld is a basket away from joining them. Ogunbowale misses on the shot. She's leading all scorers with 23 points.
And Kevin McGuff comes into the fourth quarter with a much more aggressive man-to-man defense, better body language, better closeouts, good high hands on that possession.
Let's see what they can do for Mitchell.
They're doing a great job at gapping her up. She sees 2 jerseys in every gap defensively.
Cooper, short on the shot. Knocked out of bounds by Ohio State.
I like that high ball screen action. Pull the top of the zone out. Then you've got the middle of the floor open at the free throw line. And you got to put somebody in there who can make plays. Shayla Cooper's capable of making plays for Ohio State there.
Mabry right back to Nelson. Misses on the shot. Long rebound to Doss.
Lindsay Allen was guarding Kelsey Mitchell the whole way up the floor.
McCoy, nice drop off there to Cooper. And a quick timeout for the Buckeyes. Early in this fourth quarter, 80-67. The Irish on top. Back in a moment. Let's take a look at today's Capital One Cup impact performance. And how about the two rookies for the Fighting Irish?
They have been terrific, minus Brianna Turner, who's out for the tournament with an ACL. And the rookies in their first Sweet 16 step up and have made big plays. It's been Boley outside the arc, and it's been Jackie Young in the shoot.
Both of them were National Players of the Year in high school. Boley, the Gatorade National Player of the Year, and Young, the Naismith National Player of the Year. Jackie is the all-time scoring leader in Indiana high school boys and girls history.
You know, Ohio State comes off the timeout. They pick up Lindsay Allen full court, and they go to their man-to-man defense. They are going to have to be able to get stops. They cannot change baskets with them. Trade baskets.
Irish putting up 80 points in 30 minutes, and Allen will add to it. Here comes Mitchell the other way.
This is when she's at her best. Probe, but sometimes she doesn't get the ball back.
Yeah. And there's an example of it right there. She has still only taken 9 shots. She has not scored a basket in the second half.
That's not enough. She averages 23 points a game. Are you going to lose this game and Kelsey Mitchell's going to have 12 or 13 shots?
Got to start taking over, right? Agumbawale fouled on the drive. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 Eastern, it's men's hockey action from the regionals, Sweet 16, Notre Dame and Minnesota on ESPNU. Visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. That's the second on Shayla Cooper. Look at Mitchell, second half, just 0 for 3, Debbie.
Not enough. I mean, I thought 6 shots was very unselfish of her in the first half. But as the deficit has remained at double digits, you got to take over. This is an All-American. This is the Big Ten Player of the Year. This is one of the best scoring guards in the nation.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
Got to 2,000 points faster than anyone in NCAA history.
Her freshman year, she made 127 threes. Her sophomore year, she made 126. Coming into the game, she was at 113. You got to start firing right now.
Hit her first 2 threes, has missed her last 3. They're trying to free her up there. Again, she does not get the ball back, but Calhoun is able to knock down the 3.
Length on the perimeter for Ohio State. Hart on Boley.
They post up Agumbawale on Mitchell. She's got to back off with the 3 fouls.
That's Muffin McGraw right there. That's experience, needing a basket, knowing who to go with, and you have the ability to invert Agumbawale. 1-3-1 defense here by Notre Dame.
25 now for Enrique. Look at Young doing the job defensively on Mitchell, and Jackie will be called for the foul.
Actually, it was some junk defense there, which we have not seen yet out of Muffin McGraw's team.
First on Young. Well, I think Muffet's probably thinking the same thing we are, Debbie.
Yeah,
it's Mitchell time,
right.
and you got to be ready to counter it.
It's a triangle and 2. Agumbawale has got 1, and Young has got Mitchell.
And now they've both committed a foul since they've moved to the jump D. That's the 3rd now on Agumbawale.
Face guarding Mitchell is Jackie Young. Yeah, see, now I don't agree with that call right there. I don't agree because Jackie Young was moving her feet and she was backing away, and Mitchell initiated the contact.
That's the 2nd on Jackie. Couple quick ones. Just 3 team fouls on the Irish.
But you know, that's a judgment call. That's not a rules violation call right there.
pull up Mitchell. 0 for 4 in the second half. Well, the other thing that Notre Dame has is Lindsey Allen, and you just cannot put the pressure on her. Allen off the ball fake, the drive, and a foul.
As well as Notre Dame shot the 3 early, making 11. Since they made 11, Beth, they have gone to the free throw line because they have attacked off the bounce. It's terrific balance, and it's a well-executed offensive game plan by the Irish.
They are 17 of 18 at the line. And Allen is back there for a couple. And the frustration growing right now for the Buckeyes, down 16.
It's what makes you think about mature offensive teams. They don't need the 3 right now. They're finding success attacking in the middle of the floor. And they're doing this without Brianna Turner, who is one of the best players in the ACC this year.
19 for 20 at the line for the Irish. Mitchell finds some space. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Notre Dame.
I like the way she's thinking, though. A little drag screen by Hart. Play off the back of Hart. This is where Lindsey Allen's a master right here, Beth.
That's going to be the 4th foul on Kelsey Mitchell.
They run Jackie Young off that Iverson cut, and she has made several plays off that.
Muffet talked about that with the 4 guards. We think we can post them up. They've gone to that here in the 4th. And here comes the ACC's all-time assist leader out to take control.
1-4 high, and this is where they run Jackie Young off the cut, off the 2 elbow screens. Let's see if they run the same set. Well, they're going the other way. All they do is clear it out with Mitchell with 4 fouls. What a smart play.
Allen drops it off. And Westbeld is now the 6th Notre Dame player in double digits. And 1, Mitchell with her first basket of the second half.
Did you see 20-point lead right there before this basket? It might be too late for Miss Mitchell to get going right here. This is what she's capable of doing, though. Change of pace, off the glass, draw a foul.
3rd foul on Young will get Mitchell to the line, but we talked about everybody having to pick up for Turner, and they have done it. A double-double for Westbeld. They've gotten some decent minutes from Nelson. They've gotten the 3-point shooting. They've posted up their guards. They've really fit their game plan to a T coming in, and they've executed it so far tonight.
It's been 10 games since they've scored 90 points. So they had gotten comfortable playing with Turner, who gives them a terrific score on the interior, and they've gone with the small lineup, and the 3s opened up the middle of the floor. I love it, Beth. I love offense. Good offense always beats good defense. I don't care. And this time of year, when you got guard plays and you got players that can make shots, that's what Notre Dame has. They have a lot of playmakers on the floor.
Westbeld missed the layup, but Notre Dame's going to get it right back. Under 5 to go to the Elite 8.
I mean, Ohio State tried a couple of possessions of full court pressure. You're just hard to play from behind against Notre Dame.
Allen whips it out to Agumbawale for 3. And they'll hug it out in midcourt as Agumbawale has matched her career high. And Allen has her 9th assist, make it 10 now on the night.
We call it pace. I heard Lindsey Allen tell Allison Williams, flow. They have been in an incredible flow here in the second half, getting whatever they want. I call it dialed up scoring.
They are jacked up, are the Irish. The uncertainty of coming into this game without Turner. And look at the job that the Irish have done offensively. 30 for Agumbawale. Alan Boley Young, Mabry, and Westbeld also in double figures. They're over 50% from inside and outside the arc.
And when you're looking at those points on the left column and you look to the right, you see the efficiency with which they played offensively. Agumbawale has 30 points on 20 shots. And the rest of the Irish have had good balance.
Don't forget to visit ESPNW.com for all the latest stories from the NCAA tournament, including a closer look at the two Cinderellas, Quinnipiac and Oregon. Both the Cinderellas will be in action tomorrow. Oregon against Maryland at 11:30 tomorrow morning. Quinnipiac and South Carolina tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. All those games tomorrow will be on ESPN, including UConn playing at 1:30. Time's running short for the Buckeyes.
I think when they go back and break down this film, I think you're going to see a lack of a sense of urgency when the game went from 3 points after the timeout by Muffet McGraw to 10. And Ohio State had a chance there to get some stops. They tried some full court pressure, and it didn't work because Notre Dame's too good offensively.
Cooper, the deep three. Under 4 minutes to go. Agumbawale, and a new career high for Enrique.
Oh, Enrique, you shoot till your arm falls off.
Reach-in foul on Notre Dame.
Just nice reverse pivot face up. Mitchell's got 4 fouls. Nice take.
It's something when you see a team, they know they all had to elevate tonight, and they were able to do it. They were able to execute it.
There were times at the beginning of the season where I thought this Notre Dame team was a little selfish, and I've always said they play the game like servants. They serve the game to make each other better, to help their team. They don't care who gets the credit. They want to win. And when you come to March and you have that kind of mentality, and you've built those kind of basketball habits like Muffet McGraw has built all season long with this team, it shouldn't be a surprise.
Textbook press breaker by the Irish. And they are closing in on a trip back to the Elite Eight. Texas and Stanford, our second game. The Irish and the Cardinal have met the last 2 tournaments and knocked each other out.
And Notre Dame staying in that triangle too here late. Muffet McGraw didn't go to the junk until she absolutely wanted to shut the door.
Under 3 minutes to go. Shot clock winding down. Agumbawale short. Rebounded by Cooper. Here is Kelsey Mitchell, and she is fouled by Boley. We are looking at the very real possibility that both Kelseys could get knocked out of the tournament here in the next few minutes. Washington down 10, now down 8 with 3.5 minutes to go, trying to fight back. It's not been the night that Kelsey Mitchell had envisioned. Foley gets a nice hand as she departs. As you see our bracket here in Lexington, Stanford and Texas are coming up next. Joyner Holmes, the terrific freshman for Texas, and Alana Smith, one of the hottest hands over the course of the last month of the season for Stanford.
And those two teams met earlier. It was Stanford's second game, Texas' first game on the road. Stanford won, and the difference between the two teams this year is that 4 position and those 2 players you just mentioned for each team.
Allen on the drive, and the Fighting Irish have set a new school record for most points scored in an NCAA tournament game, 99-76. And Debbie, I think we're both surprised that it's this wide of a margin between these two teams tonight.
Yeah, there's no question, Beth. I mean, I thought the game would be played in the 90s. I thought both teams would be in the 90s. And Ohio State just out of sync in the second half, couldn't get enough stops, couldn't score with Notre Dame. They played as efficient as I've seen them play this season. And it's the right time to be playing your best basketball, minus one of your best players. It's really an incredible coaching job by Muffet McGraw.
Irish shooting better than 50% in the second half. They'll turn it over there. And Mitchell will try and counter quickly. McCoy. And the Irish will work some clock. Final minute.
It's your world, Enrique.
Allen gets it up in time. And a shot clock violation as it doesn't hit the rim. But there's Shayla Cooper, the lone senior in the rotation for the Buckeyes. And her career will come to a close tonight. 9 points and 13 rebounds. Been terrific on the glass this whole tournament for Ohio State. Mitchell well short on the shot. Buckeyes will close out the year 28-7. They will regroup in the offseason and try again to play in the Final Four in Columbus next year with an experienced squad coming back. But the night is about the Irish. And a standing ovation from their fans as some of the starters depart, including Allen and Agumbawale and Westbeld. All smiles over there on the Irish bench. Muffet McGraw will stay unbeaten, 5-0 now against her former assistant coaches as she gets a win over Kevin McGuff and the Buckeyes. And Notre Dame can run it out. 99 points. They shoot better than 50%. They tie their season high with 12 threes. They go 19 for 20 at the free throw line. And they get 6 players in double digits, led by Enrique Agumbawale's career high, 32 points. And they are back in the Elite Eight for the 6th time in 7 years. Season comes to a close for Kelsey Mitchell and the Buckeyes as they fall to the Fighting Irish.
Very impressive Notre Dame offense. Great balance.
Everybody having a hand in it on their first night without Brianna Turner, who misses the rest of the tournament with the knee injury. But the Fighting Irish advance, and they will be in the Elite Eight Sunday at noon against either Stanford or Texas. That's coming up next. But first, Allison has Enrique Agumbawale.
Thank you very much, Enrique. You knew the guards would get some more shots with Brianna Turner out. You finished with a career-high 32. What was your mentality coming into the game?
I mean, I just wanted to be in attack mode. Bree brings a lot of points, a lot of offense, and I tried to get rebounds too, so just tried to help fill the space that she left.
A big night from you and a big night from a couple of freshmen, Jackie Young and Erin Boley. What did they provide your team in Turner's absence?
I mean, Erin provided threes, Jackie provided toughness and rebound, and we knew they would step up. I mean, they were both National Player of the Years their senior year, so we knew they had it in them, and they showed it today.
A team effort gets you to the Elite Eight. How does that sound?
It's better than last year. We lost in the Sweet 16, so hopefully we can win one more and go to the Final Four, but I'm just blessed to be here, and I'm excited to do it with this team.
Enrique, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Beth.
Thank you very much, Allison. Agumbawale leading the Fighting Irish to a win over Ohio State, 99-76. Our final score in Lexington. We've still got Stanford and Texas to come later on. For Debbie Antonelli and Allison Williams, I'm Beth Mullins. Now let's get you back to Maria in the studio.